For me, when I think around inspiration, it's those companies that can truly connect with their customers and have a real, authentic dialogue. That, to me, is critically important. So I'm going to cheat a little bit, but I think Instagram is actually a great example of that. When you look at Instagram, not only has there been tremendous growth, but if you look at the community that it's building, it's a very engaged community. So look, I think Canada and Canada 150, quite honestly, is probably the biggest single inspirational event for us in a very long while. I think it brought out the culture of Canada and the pride of all Canadians. That, to me, was a great definition of something that's truly inspirational. The reason I say that, if you actually stand back, if you talk to Mark, he mentions when he first started Facebook, it wasn't actually about building a company. It was about creating an opportunity for people to come closer together. That has held constant through the years of Facebook, and it truly is something that allows the entire organization to stay focused on. I think if you look at 2017 for Facebook, is probably a humbling year. And I say that there's sort of two sides to the story. On one hand, we've seen great growth. We've now got 6 million advertisers on the platform, many of whom are using Facebook and Instagram as their primary source of growth. On the other hand, there was obviously a larger story, which was not only us, but also the larger tech ecosystem just around trust and transparency and elections. We've been spending a lot of time to make sure that we get that right, and a few of the things that we're doing around those initiatives, making sure that the content that you see on Facebook is from trusted sources, making sure that we eliminate some of the bad actors, and then thirdly, which we've spoken about quite a bit lately, making sure that we drive meaningful social interaction as the primary cause of why people are on Facebook as a platform. We take responsibility very seriously at Facebook. We understand the responsibility that comes along with who we are. One of the things that we need to make sure of is people are using Facebook not only for fun, but also to make sure that we're delivering against their well-being as well as the well-being of society. I mean, that is critically important. The other piece, obviously, we're not naive. We know that people have used the platform for harm, and we need to make sure that we actually have a platform that promotes the good and alleviates some of the bad. In addition, I think from a Canadian specific standpoint, the other thing that we have to keep in mind is we've got elections coming up, and we need to make sure that the platform in Canada is a safe place for those elections, and that's where we've gone through the Election Integrity Initiative, working with the federal government, as well as some of the other things that we're focused on, which are specifically Canada's around investing in digital, the future of digital news, which is an initiative that we're working on with Ryerson right now. So for me, it comes down to knowing your audience and knowing your consumer. So if you are going to build a strong brand, you need to understand what their motivations are, what experiences they are looking for, how they want to be spoken to, what kind of dialogue you need to engage them in. That is critical to knowing your audience, knowing your brand, if you're actually going to create a strong, ongoing brand moving forward.